Brian, and here is a kick butt recipe that you'll really enjoy. This is how you make meatloaf. We're talking meatloaf to brag on, and this is how you make it. This is the things you will need. You'll need 1 onion. You'll need quite a few potatoes. I usually just get a 5-pound bag. I doubt if we use all of them, maybe half or whatever, I don't know. You need at least 1 pound of hamburger and 1 egg and 1 slice of bread. And you also need onion powder, garlic powder, maybe a little bit of salt, and you need, did I say black pepper? You need black pepper also. And then this is how you make it. Okay, first thing you need to do, you need to wash your filthy hands. Okay, today you'll need a large glass casserole thing, whatever you call this thing, dish or whatever. It's a large one. And you'll need some sort of large bowl. Okay, first thing you do, you want to take your egg, you want to break your egg, stick it in there. And the reason why you want to do the egg first before anything else is because every once in a while there might be a dead chicken in your egg. So that's why we're going to do that, because also not liable for mental conditions if you find a dead chicken in your egg. Thank you. Okay, next thing you want to do, you want 2 slices of bread. I think I said 1 slice earlier, but you can use 1 or 2, it don't matter. We'll use 2 just for the heck of it. So take your bread and just kind of break it up and flake it with your hands, kind of like this. You can kind of break it down into little pieces. Make sure you washed your hands before you get to this point, because you might get dirt in the bread. Probably won't matter because we're going to cook it anyway, so if you forget to wash your hands, just don't tell nobody. If you eat it, it should be safe for everybody else. Once again, I'm not responsible for anybody that dies because you didn't follow the instructions properly. Not responsible for their sicknesses, hospitalizations, all that stuff. You assume responsibility for everybody that you injure by cooking this meatloaf. Okay, you want to take your black pepper. It don't matter what kind of black pepper you use. You can use these generic brands, they work just fine. You don't want to use this. That's if you're going to use a spoon. Let's see, what's this? This here comes out too fast. You don't want to use that. How about we use the one that has a little, kind of like a salt shaker thing. And just sprinkle a little bit in here. It ain't coming out too good. But you don't want to put tons of it in there, but some is good. You want to take your onion powder. Doesn't matter what kind. Just make sure it says onion powder. You don't want onion salt. You want onion powder. Take it and kind of shake a decent amount in there. We don't use measuring devices because we're rednecks. Then you want some garlic powder. Notice it does not say garlic salt. You want garlic powder, kind of like gunpowder. But I am not responsible if you use gunpowder. Do not use gunpowder in your meatloaf. Okay, next thing you want to do is you want to take your 1 pound of beef. This one here is 1.02 pounds of beef. Ground beef is what I like. Some people like ground chuck, but I'll be honest with you, you know, being a redneck and all, I just like regular ground beef. It's fine for me. Dump your 1 pound of beef in there. Then you want to throw your container away and make sure that you wash your hands if you're going to touch anything, including your face. Okay, we're going to dump just a little bit of salt in here. Not a whole lot. One thing you can do, you can pour maybe just a little bit of sugar in here if you want. It depends on what kind of taste you have and everything. Now we want to put this on the side. Okay, you want to find your cutting board and your onion, and then you need to go find a knife. Not responsible for any injuries to yourself or others. Not responsible for losses of limbs. You accept all responsibility. Okay, you get your onion and you cut both the ends off, and then you cut just into a layer and peeled the outside off. That's what we have left here. So you want to be careful not to cut your fingers off or cut yourself. Do it safely. Just slice this up approximately 4 times altogether. You're cutting into it 3 times to make 4 pieces. Be very careful not to hurt yourself. Now you can take half of the onion, which is 2 pieces, lay them together, cut it in half, kind of wiggle this around, being careful not to cut your fingers off. Not responsible if you stab yourself, cut yourself, or if you have any other trouble, seen or unseen. You're responsible for it all. I am not responsible for you. You are your own dog. And we want to give thanks to the Lord for providing these foods that we can cut up and make into meatloaf. Without Him, you wouldn't have it. So give Him thanks. Okay, you want to take your bowl, just dump your onions in here. Okay, am I missing anything? I can't remember if I'm missing anything or not. I think I got it all. Yep, you got it all. If it don't get moist enough, put a little bit of maple syrup in here, maybe a few squirts. If it's too dry. That's my little secret to your meatloaf mixture. Now you want to just mix it all up with your hands. If you got some kind of way to mix this up a little better, I mean, some people like to use some sort of utensils or a blender or something like that. That's fine if you are that high tech that you have a blender. I mean, I got one, but why use it when the good Lord gave you some hands? You can mix this all up by hand, and that way it's actually homemade and not made with, technical devices like a blender. But if you insist on using a blender, I'm not responsible if you injure yourself. We're doing this so you don't hurt yourself, and we're doing it by hand. So you want to make sure you mix this all up really good, because you got all the ingredients in here, the black pepper and onion powder, garlic powder. There are some people that put other ingredients in their meatloaf. I mean, it's all to taste. Whatever you like in a meatloaf, I kind of like this way that I make it here. You could put a little bit of sugar in there. You know, if you like it a little bit sweeter taste, and that's fine. If you like it spicy, I mean, heck, you could put some jalapenos in there if you wanted to. That tastes pretty good, but I'm not responsible for, you know, your unexpected restroom trips. Okay, now you want to take your meat, just take it out here and slap it down inside your pan. Sure you put all your bowls back in the sink here. Now what you want to do is you want to shape this like a meatloaf. Some people like a big high fat meatloaf, but I can tell you right now from experience that if you get a great big high meatloaf, it's probably not cooking all the way through. So what I do is you kind of make this, you know, go a little bit further, long ways, and you try to make your meatloaf to where it's not as high. You want your meatloaf to be no more than 2 inches high, maybe a little bit less than that. I think mine is probably about 1.5 inches tall, approximately. That's about what we're looking at. Now you want to smooth it out to where everything looks smooth. If you got onions sticking out, you can kind of push them back in the meat if you want to, or you can leave them where they're going to fall out. That's fine too. But basically you're just shaping this to where when it gets done, you know, you can just cut it up in slices and serve it. Usually about 1 pound of meat will feed approximately 2 people. Especially if you got 2 people with a decent appetite, that's about what you're looking at. One of these meatloaves will feed 2 people if you're decent eaters. If you're a light eater, yeah, you might feed a 3rd or 4th person. If you fix a lot of side dishes, yeah, you could probably just eat less meatloaf. Okay, that's what it looks like when you get it done. Okay, next thing you want to make sure you get a peeler, and you want to wash each potato you use individually to make sure that it's clean. And then you want to peel your potato. Not responsible for any shaving accidents you have at this time when you're peeling your potato. You take full responsibility if you injure yourself or others. If you share this recipe with anybody else, be sure to tell them that you are responsible for their injuries, unless you tell them that they are responsible for their injuries. You are your own dog. Okay, you want to get this all peeled all nice and beautiful looking. And what you do is you just basically get enough potatoes to where you can put it all down around your meatloaf. Now if you really want to, you can rinse this off real quick. Okay, and then you take your knife, don't cut yourself, and I like to cut it across long ways. And then you'll have 2 halves like this. Then just take that, and you can do one at a time. Kind of cut your potatoes up into large chunks or small chunks, whatever you like. Now take and throw it all in here around your meatloaf. Now you keep on doing this until you're filled up all the way around your meatloaf. That's the secret. Now you want to put your oven on before you started cutting these potatoes. Put your oven on 425 degrees. 425 degrees. And let your oven preheat. Not responsible for your electric bill. Not responsible if your oven goes bad and causes fires or burns to you or anything else. You accept all responsibility for everything seen and unseen. Now you can put your bread away. We don't need no more bread. We're done with that. And just continue to do the same thing with the potatoes until you get the potatoes all the way around. Okay, next thing you need is some ketchup. There's only one kind of ketchup, and this is it, Heinz. The others suck. Take your ketchup, kind of make your little weird little back and forth lines all the way across it. And that way it looks professional. It looks like real meatloaf because you got ketchup on it. Now here's my secret. Maple syrup. Take your maple syrup, put it on your potatoes. If you got any left, you can put a little bit on your meatloaf too, that's fine. You don't want to put the whole container. You're using about, I would say, about not even a quarter of a bottle of a 24-ounce bottle. Not even, but maybe, not even, I don't even know if you use a fourth of it. I would say about a fifth, maybe 1/5 of a 24-ounce bottle of pancake syrup. Then you want to take and add some warm water. Get some warm water, but you don't want it coming out real fast. Now you don't want to go clear up over top of the meat. You just want to go about 2/3 of the way up on the meat. And that's about it. Okay, you preheated your oven to 425. Now we're going to stick it in the oven without burning yourself. You're responsible for all injuries to yourself. Cook it for 1 hour and you're done.